I guess, the testimonial for Roy Furr is, I don't like to put anything out there that's really important, that's got to move the needle without running it past Roy.
Pretty psyched, man. I know we'll hit the $1 million mark probably in a few months with the funnel, and be off to the races.
I'm one to read all the copy books. I'm one to read a bunch of watch a bunch of videos and buy a bunch of products and go through it on my own. But in all those different vehicles, what's really lacking is the personal attention. Like the person that I can hop on a call with and be like, hey, I'd love to spend the next 20, 30 minutes just talking this out. Because hearing someone who's really seasoned and who's an expert in copy, being able to talk out their thought process and how they think about structuring an argument, and to especially around a specific scenario, something that's very specific, and leaving the generalities off the tables. Like that's what you don't get from reading a book about copy. That's what you don't get by watching a video. It's like, I have a specific situation with a specific client who has a specific message, and I want someone to review all that specificity and tell me how to structure this argument in a way that's bulletproof.
Me knowing that the fastest way to accelerate mastery in any skill is to have a mentor and have somebody show you the way and teach you the way.
Really, writing copy at that point for roughly about 10 years, I never worked with anybody as a mentor. I never worked with anybody in a project where I was able to get direct feedback, which I think is crucial. Now I know that it's crucial if you want to grow, because you can only go so far by reading books and taking courses and writing copy yourself. You'll get to a certain point, but you'll go much further if you have somebody who's actually working with you and giving you direct feedback. And I feel like I was missing that. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to pick up by working with you.
You're a good, solid copywriter, and you have a big bag of tools. And I mean, people consider me a good copywriter, but I am not a professional gigging copywriter, and I don't I don't have some formula that I just, repeatedly run. I'm a little more of an artist, and so I reel out these things, and I need somebody to kind of beat them into submission. And so that's the role that you play.
It was a gamble. And, I learned a long time ago that before I ask anybody else to bet on me, I need to prove it by betting on myself. And so before I would ask you to bet on me, I wanted to prove to you that I'm willing to bet on myself. And that I knew that if I would take the chance, that I would take the action, take the lessons that you would teach me, and make it work.
If you're wanting to work with someone who is going to go above and beyond with reviewing your copy, who's going to hold you accountable throughout the period of the engagement. And I mean, Roy has such a history and track record of success working in some of the most cutthroat industries. And go to his YouTube channel and just watch 10 of his videos, read 10 of his emails, and there's almost proof in the pudding there that he knows what he's doing. But I can say this has been, and I've even told my company owners this, this has been one of the best investments I've made as far as my business and professional development as a copywriter. And it's priceless at this point, the amount of development and skill sets I've gotten. So if you're on the fence, just make the investment. You're going to thank yourself, down the road, and you're probably going to develop a really awesome friendship with Roy, because Roy's just, not only is he a great person to be mentored by, but he's just a cool dude. We always had some good chats whenever we hopped on these calls. So I generally see Roy as a mentor, but also a friend at this point.
Usually when we roll out a new funnel, we have to go to work on parts of it to really improve conversion, because something's not doing well. But this thing just came out of the gate screaming.
A lot of people actually ask me now, how do I get into the financial space or real estate space, or just being a copywriter? How can I learn financial copywriting in particular, and copywriting in general? And the first thing I tell them to do is, before you go buy an expensive course, or before you go to a workshop, at a minimum, the first thing you need to do is get on Roy's email list. And if he ever makes an opportunity for you to go learn from him in person, you have to do it, because quite literally, working with you was one of the biggest stepping stones I could have taken, to get on the track to where I am now as a copywriter.
I would say jump on. In fact, I feel like I missed out over the years that I've been doing this. I feel like I missed out on that early on, and I would have been so much further ahead had I worked with somebody like you, Roy, or another established copywriter who could help me take my skills to the next level. So.
It was the most popular thing that we've promoted in 2 years.
A couple affiliates that have mailed, which for a VSL funnel, this is insane. Like a couple affiliates are like, one of them has a $13.05 EPC. I just got a text from a guy that started mailing a couple days ago, and he's like, dang, $11 EPC. Holy crap. So it's pretty cool.
For me, it was a total no-brainer. I mean, the numbers that we've talked about here, why would I mean, 8,300% annual ROI from some little nugget that you just mentioned as a throwaway, a lift in 5% conversion rate. Yeah, this last month went from, I would have made 14,000, said made 17,500. So, like, why wouldn't you do it, would be my question.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you don't like money, then don't do it, I suppose.